Hello, welcome to Basics of C++. In this video, we'll be discussing basic math. So initially, we're going to start off by seeing a presentation on mathematical operations, and then we'll be going back into code blocks to try and implement all the operations that we learned. So we're going to start off with addition. So here we use the plus symbol on the operator to perform addition. So let's take a small example where we have three variables of data type integer. So that's int a, b, and c. And we assigned a to be 5, b to be 1, and c is equal to a plus b. So in the statement c is equal to a plus b, what exactly happens is a plus b value is calculated, and the answer for a plus b value is transferred into the variable c. So a plus b is 6, so the value of c would be 6. That's how we do addition. Next one we have subtraction. We use the minus symbol or operator here to perform subtraction. We have the same example. A is equal to 5, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to a minus b. So the value of a minus b will go into the variable c, and if you put c out c, you will get 4. The next operation we have is multiplication, and to perform this operation we use the star operator. So again, same example, we have a is equal to 5, b is equal to 1, we have c is equal to a star b. So that does 5 star 1 means 5 times 1, so 5 times 1 is going to be 1. The value of c will be 1. So if you do c out c, you are going to get, the value of c will be 5, and if you do c out c, you are going to get 5. Next we come to the division operator. We use the right slash. Notice the difference is that when we use the slash n character for the c out, we use a left slash, whereas this one is the right slash to perform division. So same example again, a is equal to 5, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to a slash b. So that's going to give 5 slash 1 into c. Next one is a very important one. It's the remainder of a division. So we use the percentage operator or percentage symbol, also known as the modulus operator. So we have a is equal to 10, b is equal to 3. Now c is equal to a percentage b. That means it does the division a by b. So that's 10 by 3. So the remainder of 10 by 3 is 1. So c will become 1. So that's how the percentage operator works. That's how we get the remainder of a division. This is very important for programs like palindrome and stuff, which we will see.
Next we have the square root function. Square root function, if you remember, is under the math.h file. So whenever you use the square root function, at the top of the program you have to type hashtag include math.h. So then we have int a is equal to 5, and then we have another variable b. Now b is equal to square sqrt open bracket close bracket, inside that would be a. So what this does is it calls the square root function. So this function will automatically compute the square root of a and store it into the variable b. So if you put c out b, you will get 5. So that's how you calculate square root. Remember, you have to include the math.h header file at the start of the program so that you can use the square root function. Next one is the power function. So to get the value of a number a raised to b, that is, to get a raised to b, we use the power function. From again, this is from math.h header file. So you again here you have to include math.h header file in the start of the program. So let's say we have a is equal to 2 and we have a variable b. So you want to find 2 raised to 2, that's 2 square, that is 4. Then you do b is equal to POW bracket open bracket close a comma 2. So that's basically the base comma whatever the number it is going to be raised to. A comma 2 will be 2 comma 2. That means 2 raised to 2 will be 4. That's how you use the power function. Now we will go into code blocks to see how we implement all these basic mathematical operators. So here we are at the code blocks IDE, and we are going to go ahead and try to implement the math operators we have learned. So I'm going to go and open an empty file. I'm going to start off by typing the basic startup syntax. Okay, so we have the startup syntax ready, and let's try performing an addition. However, I'm going to change things a bit. So I'm going to declare two variables, int a comma b, and now I'm going to print cout, enter two numbers. Okay, let's, oh wow, okay, the two numbers, and I'm going to accept these two numbers a and b. As you can see, I've cascaded that input, and now I am going to declare another variable int c, and I'm going to do c is equal to a plus b. So what we're doing here is we're declaring two variables a and b, and then we're asking the user to input two variables, and then with a cin statement we are accepting a and b, those are the two numbers, and then we declare a variable c, and then we use that variable c to store the sum of a and b, and now we are going to print cout the sum of a and b are, and then we okay, I don't need to do that. So I'm going to give a space here so that numbers look nice, and I'm going to put c, I'm going to do slash n. Okay, so that's good, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm going to call it start math dot cpp. Remember, you have to save it as dot cpp so that you get a C++ program here. There we go. I am gonna go ahead and try to build this program, build or compile, and let's see if we have some errors. Okay, cool, we don't have any errors. Let's go ahead and run this program. Now it's going to ask enter two numbers. So I'm prompted to enter two numbers, so I'm going to go ahead and enter 2 and 5. Sum of a and b is 7. That's 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, so that's how we do addition. Now let's go ahead and do subtraction. So I'm going to stick to the same example. I have I have a and b. I'm going to ask the user for two numbers. I'm going to input two numbers. I'm having a variable c, and then I have this math operation that I have to change. Now instead of a plus b, if I just change it to a minus b, we are going to get the difference of the two numbers stored in C. Now for a bit more on formatted printing, I am going to maybe wait, let me erase this line so that if I start freshly about the printing statement, you guys can understand this. So I'm going to put cout the difference of a, put space here so that it looks better, a and space b is C. So what I'm trying to do is, instead of just displaying A and B directly as just random letters, I'm going to display the numbers itself. So I'm going to print the difference of in quotes, which means it's going to be printed directly, and then I'm going to print the variable A. If you can notice here, it's not in quotes, so it's going to print whatever the value of A is, and then I'm having a word and, so it makes sense, and then I'm going to have print B, and then I'm going to say it is, and I'm going to print C. So let's save this program. I'm going to save on the same name. I'm not going to make new files for that. I'm building it. Okay, there are no errors. going to go ahead and run it. So we have two numbers again. So I'm going to enter 5 and 2. So the difference of 5 and 2 is 3. That's what we're expecting. So next we'll go ahead and look at how to do multiplication. For that, it's all remain same. Just in the line C is equal to A minus B, I'm going to make it A star B because star stands for multiplication, and I'm going to change this difference to product. The product of A and B is C. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, click on save, try building this successful. So I'm going to run it and enter two numbers. I'm going to have 10 and 100. The product of 10 and 100 is 1000. Okay, so we have multiplication there. Next one would be division. So I'm going to modify the star into a right slash. That's A by B, and division of A and B is, you could just write, um, probably could make it like this. So A divided by B is equal to C. So I'm just going to make it look better on the printing side. I'm going to save it. I'm going to run it. So I'm going to give, let's probably compute, 14 divided by 7 is, here we have 14 divided by 7 is equal to 2. That's how you do division operator. Next one is the modulus. So I'm going to modify the division into a percentage symbol so that I get the remainder of the division, and A divided by B gives remainder equal to some number C that will be computed. So we have saving, and I'm going to go ahead and run this. Okay, so enter two numbers. Let's say I will enter 10 and 3. That was the example given in the slide. We are getting C as, so we're getting 10 divided by 3 gives the remainder 1. So let's go ahead and try doing 100 divided by 10. So these two numbers are divisible, so that remainder is going to be 0. So that's how you use the modulus operator.
Okay, so to use the math functions, we are going to use, include math.h, and we will go ahead and compute the square root of a. Probably we'll cube whatever the value of b is. So we'll go ahead and declare two new variables that will store the square root in the powers. So let's go ahead and do c is equal to sqrt of a, means we'll accept a number a and calculate the square root using the sqrt function, and whatever the answer of that is will go into c. Now we have b is equal to eow of b comma 3. So whatever the value of b is, the power function will be used, and b raised to 3 will be calculated, and that value will go into d. Let's go ahead and print what we have calculated. Um, the square root of a is c, c out. Um, we have to print. Okay, I will do b raised to 3 is d. Okay, so I think we have the program ready. Let's go save that. Start building it. No errors, so let's go ahead and run it. So we have two numbers. Let's say we want to compute the square root of 25 and we want to get 2 raised to 3. So you can see the square root of 25 is 5, 52 raised to 3 is 8. So you can see that the output is wrong. And honestly speaking, the output is not wrong. C++ has done its job. However, we have forgot to include a slash in, and that's why the output looks wrong. So that's why it's important for you to look at the format of the output and make sure that is right. You see, now if I include a slash in, this is going to be right. I'm going to give the same numbers again. I'm going to give 25 and what do you give again? 2. So now you can see the square root of 25 is 2, 2 raised to 3 is 8. So that's a very important point to note. You have to always make sure the format of your output is in the right manner, else it could be really confusing to read. So, and that concludes as to how we use basic mathematical operators. So in the next video, we will be looking at the code we started off with initially in the module, and hopefully we can understand all the lines that we've written over there. Thank you for watching.